Hi guys, so I'm going to read Fantastic Four number 24. So never have you read a tale, never have you seen a creature remotely like the Infant Terrible, a book-length classic of the incredible. Surprise follows spectacular surprise in this marvelous Marvel manner. The fabulous Fantastic Four in the mystery of the Infant Terrible. Strange title for a comic magazine story? Not nearly as strange as the incredible super adventure which is now about to unfold before your eyes. Our slightly sensational tale begins at the FF headquarters, where a battery of reporters and photographers from Life magazine are conducting an interview for a feature entitled The Most Fantastic Foursome of All Time. Lovingly written by Stan Lee, tenderly drawn by Jack Kirby, heroically inked by G.O. Bell, neatly lettered by S. Rosen. Note, toss away all your ideas about what a comic mag story should be like. This yarn breaks all the rules. We really let ourselves go, and we kinda think you'll be glad we did.
If you guys think that's something, wait till you see what I can do. And be sure you spell my name right. My frantic fans are awful sensitive about things like that.
Thank you, Mr. Richards. That'll be all we need from you.
Yay, it's my turn now.
No, Torch. We already photographed you. We'll concentrate on your sister now.
No more pictures of me? Heck, look how photogenic my flames are. Forget about that human forest fire. Hurry up with Sue so you can get some pics of me. Are you kidding? If I snap you without a filter, I might crack my lens.
Tell me, Miss Storm, has everyone ever told you you're beautiful? Once or twice, boys. And why don't you call me Sue? This interview we're gonna like. Why don't you show us how you turn invisible? Although it's a shame to hide any of you, even for a little while. Now I'll just have my legs remain visible. Can't you see them, boys? We sure can. Can sigh. Click, click.
Okay, you guys. I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. I'll show you how I can squeeze a whole mess of phone books with my two little dainty hands. Pretty terrific for such a bashful fella, huh? Be sure you snap my best profile. Print an extra dozen pictures for my most loyal fan, namely me.
Will you turn visible again, Sue?
Oof, think I'm busting my back, but it's worth to get a picture on the cover of Life. Wonder if they'll double the price of this issue.
Hey, I've been looking all over for you guys. The biggest news event in the century is taking place at Times Square, and you're missing all of it.
Huh, what is it? Don't waste time talking, let's go.
Hey, wait! Don't you want to take any more pictures of me? Can't I even sell you an autograph or two?
Not now, pal. If you think you guys are fantastic, you should see what's going on at Times Square.
And after all me squeezing all those dopey phone books into a block of plywood, now I'll have to squeeze them all back again if I need to find a number.
Forget those books, Ben. We better find out what's happening at Times Square. A few seconds later. Level her off, Johnny. Bear her down on your right stabilizer.
Me? Me? Holy smoke. I thought you were flying this thing. I'm not guiding it either. Then who?
Relax, all of you. Your boy Benjamin is on the job as usual.
Suddenly, as the colorful combo approaches Times Square.
Look out! We're flying into a floating milk bottle.
Quit kidding, Reed. You know...
Yipe! He's right. What on earth is it? Where did it come from?
What's the diff? Y'all all end up blaming it on me anyway. I set the Fantastic Car on automatic return. Now let's get out and... Hey! It's sealed shut, tight as a drum.
Maybe I can burn our way out of this thing.
Reed, do you think Dr. Doom can be behind this?
I don't know what to think, Sue. It doesn't make any sense. Look, it's easy enough for me to burn right through. This makes it more puzzling than ever. Anyone trying to trap us would have made allowances for your flame, so our enemy must not really know us.
Yeah, well, he's sure gonna be meeting us soon.
Hey, gang, look what's going on ahead of us in Times Square. This clinches it. We're not up against some simple menace. This may be the most difficult fight we'll ever face. It's hard to know what to do first, where to begin. We can begin in the beginning, Sue. First, we'll find out who's causing all this, and why. Wow, a giant spinning top, headed right for the crowd. I better find some way to stop it, like right now. Let's see what a white-hot fireball can do against that thing. As the flaming pellet strikes the huge spinning object, the torch is more successful than he dared hope to be, for the gigantic top suddenly blows up, shattering itself into nothingness.
Wowee, a strikeout! They should have me pitching for the Mets.
But before the flaming firebrand has a chance to finish rejoicing, another strange object instantly replaces that of the top.
Holy Hannah, where did that thing come from?
At that moment, not having the torch's flying ability, the mighty thing breaks free of the maze in his own distinctive manner.
Stand back, short stuff. Let me take a whack at that hunk of junk.
Careful, Ben. Reed still hasn't figured out what's behind all this.
Relax, Blondie. I'm a big boy now. I don't have to wait for Reed to give the okay before I toss the haymaker. Here goes, kiddies. This one's gonna be a beaut. Whammo! Ah, sounds like poetry.
Looks like you're wasting your time, big buddy. Not only didn't you hurt that gizmo, but now there's two of them.
What's the matter with you? Ain't you got sense enough to lay down if you're being clobbered? I'm usually a lovable, sweet-tempered doll, but you guys are making me mad. Oh no! Now there's still more of them. Are you guys trying to embarrass me or something?
Then a few startling seconds later,
you sure were a great help, Benjamin. Now look what you've done. There's zillions of them. Well, don't just stand there, you big meatball. Get out of the way. You can't fight all of them.
But the incredible figures seemed to take no notice of the bewildered thing, as they marched past him without the faintest flicker of expression on their impassive faces.
Chief, I've a hunch. We can't beat those things with force. Order your men to have every siren in the city begin wailing right away. Hurry, before they fill up the whole city.
All right, boys, you just heard the man. Turn on your car sirens, fire engine, and air raid sirens.
Everything, we gotta move.
That better work.
They're getting closer, and nothing seems to stop them.
Suddenly, from every part of the great metropolis, the ear-shattering wail of countless sirens fills the air in an ever-increasing crescendo.
Wee-oo.
Reed's plan has worked. The gigantic army of thingamajigs is vanishing. But how can they just fade away like that?
They seemed real enough.
Good work, mister, but how did you know?
I didn't, Chief. I just guessed. I suspected that something was causing those things to appear, and the noise might shock the culprit, making him lose control. At that moment, the sharp-eyed invisible girl was first to sight the culprit whom Reed had mentioned.
Ben, Johnny, look! That creature, making his way through the crowd.
Flamin' fireballs, you name it and I'll buy it. But naming it will not be as easy as it sounds, for who can name something like this?
Is it a robot? No, look at it. It's alive. It's like a science fiction nightmare come true. It's stopped. It's facing that lamppost. Look, it's shooting a ray from its antenna.
Something is happening to the lamppost. He must be causing all these illusions.
Illusions, my foot. These things are really happening. Look what's become of the lamppost. He turned it into a giant plant with berries on it just by looking at it.
Now he's making a faucet appear in that brick wall.
Look, it's pouring out some sort of soda.
Get out of my way, Skinny. This is my chance to grab that creep.
No, Ben, hold it. He doesn't seem to mean any harm. We've got to study him a bit more. Perhaps if I turn invisible, I can get closer to him.
It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. He's calmly sitting and sipping his soda, as though no one else in the city exists. Who or what can he be?
But by this time, the city's press corps has reached the spot, and suddenly a barrage of flashbulbs explode in the creature's face, as each news photographer tries to get closer than the others. Apparently startled by the sudden light flashes, the mystified creature looks up and...
Oh no! He lifted them high in the air, merely by looking at them. He's even more powerful than the Molecule Man.
And yeah, Molecule Man's extremely powerful, so... Yeah, so this guy's, like, really strong, though. Because Molecule Man's, like, on par with, like, Franklin Richards and that. The Mysterious Molecule Man, FF number 20, editor. So shocked is Sue Storm that what she has witnessed, that the blonde beauty temporarily forgets herself and loses control of her visibility, which cannot be maintained without conscious concentration on her part. He deposited the photographer safely on the roof across the street. But I gotta grab him, reason with him, before he does any real harm. However, seeing the blue-clad figure rushing towards him, the strange figure thinks himself menaced, and sends two swift rays skyward, where they reach a passing meteor swarm, deflecting its course and sending the speeding missiles hurtling towards Earth. Most of the chunks from outer space are burned to cinders as they reach the Earth's atmospheres, but some do reach the spot where Sue stands transfixed. However, the quick-thinking Mr. Fantastic acts with seconds to spare.
Don't panic, honey. The worst is over now.
Oh, Reed, they came so close to hitting you.
The big one is the last of them.
Hey, it's heading for the thing. Ben, stop! Don't try to hit it! You nut! It's white hot!
There. This is one time when my fireball was better than your fist, eh?
Who am I to argue, little fella?
The street's deserted. Everyone's ran for cover, and I don't blame them.
That horrible creature is gone too. Oh, Reed, what could he be?
I don't know, Sue dear. His actions were as irrational as an infant's.
An infant? Of course. That has to be the answer. That's it. It has to be.
He's creating giant soldiers. His desire for sweet berries, ice cream sodas, his seemingly meaningless acts, they're all part of the behavior pattern of an infant.
Even his failure to communicate.
As soon as the authorities learn of Mr. Fantastic's theory, the news spreads like wildfire, and one of those who watches an evening telecast has more than a routine interest in the matter. And although the strange creature is now considered to be too young to understand his own actions, this makes him more dangerous than ever. The public is warned to stay out of his way, do nothing to antagonize him.
Very interesting. I think I'll make a few calls to the boys. That's right, get the boys together. Tell them Big Joe is an idea. That nutty freak with the magic powers is just what the doctor ordered.
A short time later, a sleek Aston Martin DB4 speeds through the city streets.
If you ask me, this is just a wild goose chase. Shut up, Big Joe knows exactly what he's doing.
After hours of driving, the car reaches a neighborhood where a small crowd pauses in front of a radio TV store, listening to the latest news bulletins.
There has been no sightings of the strange creature so far, but citizens are still warned to avoid him at all costs.
But there is another who is attracted by the sight of the crowd, and as he draws close,
Look, it's him! He's almost on top of us! Help! Help!
Panic-stricken, the people flee in fear as the uncomprehending creature stands, arms outstretched, mute bewilderment in its face as the cruising foreign car drives near.
Run! Run! Don't let him catch us! Somebody go for the police!
You do it, pal. I'm getting out of town. Look, there he is. Careful, you guys. No telling what he'll do next. Big Joe said he'll offer him candy, so that's what we're doing. Looks like the big man knew what he was talking about. Look how he's reaching for the candy, and he's even trying to smile. That was a breeze, and we didn't even break any law. There's nothing in the books that say you can't nab a character who ain't human. This crowd was so busy running that nobody saw us anyway. Big Joe's gonna be mighty pleased.
Meanwhile, high atop the famous Baxter Building, a serious conference is taking place.
If he's just some kind of infant, Reed, how come you're so worried?
The French have an expression called infant terrible, Johnny. It means a child who does dreadful things. But this child is so powerful that anything he does causes a catastrophe.
Boy, I never thought the old FF would find themselves up against a terrible infant. But that's the way the mop flops, eh?
We know so little about him. What is he? Where did he come from? Why is he here? Most important of all, what is the extent of his strange powers? From what we've already seen, it appears that he can make almost anything happen by merely thinking of it.
Whoa, we never appreciated old Doc Doom enough. He was a cinch compared to this character.
A terrible infant. What a strange problem for us to solve.
He's far more than a mere philosophical problem, Sue. Think of the damage he could unwittingly cause. Suppose he could decide to obliterate an entire city. Or what if the thought occurred to him to reduce everything on Earth to toy size? There's no telling what notions may enter the undeveloped mind of an infant. The moon itself, the very planets, might catch his eye. Suppose his power is great enough to even tamper with them. In fact, the most attractive bauble in the world is dangling in front of his eyes right now. And if he ever decides to reach out for it, then the entire solar system is doomed.
Reed, what do you mean? The sun. What if he tries to bring it closer?
Well, what are we sitting around here for? Let's go get him.
Reed, wait, Reed isn't coming.
Come on, Big Dome, this is your idea. What are you waiting for?
You three go search for him. I gotta do some more thinking.
What do you think we are, a bunch of stooges? If we work, you work, buddy boy.
Gosh, Reed, it's not like you to give the tough job to us. What gives? Let go, Ben. This is no time for hijinks. I still give the orders here.
So do as I say, and I mean now.
Release him, Ben. Can't you see that Reed isn't fooling? I have the Germanite of an idea. I want to remain here and work on a little experiment.
Phooey. You're just too chicken to face that creepy character again. You know he's more powerful than we are.
Ben, that was a dreadful thing to say. Reed has never been afraid of anything in his life.
Yeah, how do you know? He ain't the type to go around broadcasting it.
Don't worry about Muscle Bounce, Sue. He's never happy unless he's griping about something. He even criticizes Perfect Me.
It gives me a pain the way he's always tossing that I'm the boss jazz at us.
Just then, a few blocks from the FF headquarters, a startling event takes place.
Look, the armored car is lifting itself right in the air.
It's flying. That strange beam seems to be lifting it away. And a few miles beyond city limits.
Well, look at that, Big Joe. We did it. Naturally, you dolt. I told you we would.
I knew he'd understand what I wanted if I drew simple pictures for him.
Now pick up the money, boys, and don't miss any of it, or else it's like manna from heaven. If I was to pocket a few notes, who know?
But suddenly the mobster's joy turns to anguish as the stolen money changes from before their very eyes.
Hey, Big Joe, should I open these sacks of greenbacks and... It turned into a pig.
Mine sprouted rings, Gulp, and it's flying away.
1 minute a pile of C notes,
and now a mess of mud.
Okay, who's the wise guy? Who's the wise guy?
Steady, you fools. Remember, he's got the brain of an infant, and he thinks he's being funny. Put those rods away and let me handle this. I just thought of a way to turn this into a bigger haul than we've even expected. Look, Junior, see this little sparkler? How about you make it a little bigger for me? Lots bigger. I'm reaching in. He's understanding my gestures. Now watch.
It worked! Look at the size of the diamond! It'll be worth millions!
Now we gotta get rid of Junior before someone else grabs him.
Hey! My hunk of ice! Look what happened to it! He's changing again!
Get your guns out, boys. This isn't funny. Look, you. Change that egg back into a diamond or it's curtains for you, see?
But at that very second, it's lucky we were able to follow that flying armored truck in our Fantasticar.
How about letting us join the party, guys? We're a barrel of laughs.
It's a Fantastic Four, 3 of them. Don't just stand there, get 'em.
Keep 'em flying, Benji boy. I'm cutting out.
Flame on!
I can handle this little caper better under my own power.
He's zigzagging too fast. Can't get a beat on him.
The bullets that do get near him just melt away before they can touch him. It's hopeless.
Keep firing. He can't keep his flame on forever.
Don't kid yourselves. My flame will last long for me to put you crumbs out of action with a few flaming hoops.
Hey, Torchy boy. Leave some for old Benjamin, huh?
It's a thing. If he grabs us, we're done for. Here's a couple for you, Cuddles. Don't say I never gave you anything.
Are you guys kidding with those pop guns? Let me have 'em before you get jugged for littering the place with empty shells. So you won't go, huh? Okay, laughing boy, then go ahead and shoot. What are you waiting for? Shoot! Oh, no. All of a sudden I ain't that mad at anybody. Honest.
Hey, Ben, wrap it up, will ya? Fun's fun, but we got work to do.
Quit popping your jets, Junior.
I just wanted to put these punks on ice for a while, in my own inimitable way. All I gotta do is put the end of this sapling through a few belt loops, and then wait for my applause.
Help! Stop shaking, stupid. I'm getting airsick. You can't just leave us here. How are we gonna get down?
I'm glad you asked. It'll give me something to think about if I ever get bored. Meanwhile, realizing that his ambitious plan has gone up in smoke, Big Joe attempts a hasty escape. There's no one looking. I'll lose myself somewhere in Jersey before they even know I'm gone.
The gang leader himself is making a getaway, but not if the invisible girl can help it. Minutes later, I'm going as fast as I can, but I'm not moving. What gives? He's all yours, boys. I got an invisible force field around the car.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. I'll pay you $1,000 to let me go. How about it? You creep. I had to clobber you for trying to insult my integrity. Money can't tempt me. But if you want to raise the ante a little...
How about 5,000?
10,000. Well, see something. I can't. I'm laughing too hard.
There, a heat sealed the tires just as neat as a pin. He'll be real comfy until the police come, unless he gets an itch. He doesn't know how lucky he is that we arrived when we did. If he tried to harm that super powerful creature, there's no telling what might have happened.
Say, speaking of that nutty little gumdrop, where'd he go?
I don't know, but we better find him fast. Remember what Reed said? The whole blamed world is in danger while he's free.
Look, there's a little pipsqueak now, trying to hide among those trees.
Careful, we must not frighten him. Too late for that now, sis. Judging by his expression, Big Joe and his boys made him hate and distrust the whole human race, and the Torch's observation proves to be frighteningly correct. Looking at the advancing trio with hate-filled eyes, the amazing creature again emits a strange ray from his uncanny tendrils. Striking a cluster of boulders, the ray causes the giant rocks to move.
Holy mackerel! He's building some kind of nutty rock man over there.
Reed was right. This creature is capable of anything.
The blame thing is moving. It's coming towards us. Get back, Blue Eyes. I'll tackle him.
Careful, Ben. I got a hunch that baby is more than you can handle. Maybe he's too much for all of us.
Meanwhile, what of the leader of the fabulous FF? Back at his headquarters lab, we find Reed Richards desperately operating the most powerful ultrasonic radio transmitter on Earth. It's a long shot, but it's our only hope. There, I've done all I can. Now it's up to the transmitter. My radio signals are being beamed to deepest space. I just pray that they are received before it's too late for all mankind. Patiently, tirelessly, the master of science remains in his lab, probing the heavens with his ultra-powerful electron light telescope, second only in viewing power to the mighty lens atop Mount Palomar in California. And then finally he sees, there, just entering our atmosphere, an alien spaceship. But is it the one? Fighting to keep his hands steady, the world-renowned adventurer feels his pulse pounding within him as he watches the strange ship come closer, even closer, guided by the ultrasonic radio beams, which Reed has hurtled into space. I've taken a dangerous gamble, but it must pay off. It must if mankind is to endure. Meanwhile, the other members of the FF are battling desperately against a seemingly invulnerable foe.
It's like punching a blame rock pile. He ain't got brains enough to fall down.
Back up, Benjamin boy. We'll see what I can do. I'll cut a wide swath on the ground just ahead of him. Now just lead him to it, big buddy. Just my luck, there aren't never any newsreel photographers around when I'm at my best like this. What a picture this would make.
You did it, Torchy boy. It just goes to show you, no one's a complete failure all the time.
While you're busy making funnies, Junior over there is having another temper tantrum. Now he's wrapped in a pliable fireproof covering over us.
We gotta bust out fast. The air is never gonna last forever in here.
If I try flying out of it, it just goes along with me. This looks mighty ungood for us little chums.
I smash my way out of anything anybody could ever toss at me. I ain't gonna be licked now by some hunk of outer space saran wrap.
My invisible force field is useless against it. Brute force won't do it, boys. We got to think of something. Oh, if only Reed were here. If only he had come with us.
Knock it off, sis. Let's prove for once that we don't always need him to wet our sus.
You're whistling in the dark, Sonny. The way things look, we might as well toss away our social security cards. We won't be able to around to collect.
Apparently sharing the thing's sentiments, the infant terrible leaves the trapped trio and heads back to the heart of New York. Moving with a blinding speed in a manner so alien to us that there are no words in our language to explain the basic concept, he reaches Central Park South in seconds. and finally comes to rest atop a building overlooking Columbus Circle.
Look, it's the alien. He's returned.
The Fantastic Four had gone after him.
That means they failed.
Standing atop one of the building spires, the strange unearthly creature resembles an Earthchild, giving vent to his anger, frustration, and incomprehendingly bewilderment. Then, cautiously, a two-man helicopter draws near.
Easy, Tom. No telling what he'll do next. That's it. Closer. Steady as she goes. I'm almost over him. I'll give you 10 to 1 that this doesn't work. But we gotta try something.
In the crucial moment, the intended target sees the attackers and, no sooner is the whirlybird touched by the uncanny rays than it seems to turn to ashes and dissolve into thin air.
Hit the silk, Tom.
You don't have to tell me twice, fella. While atop the building, the mysterious alien feels that he is surrounded by enemies, menaced on all sides by those who would attack him, exploit him, destroy him. Unable to understand, unable to communicate, he gives way to a fit of incontrollable rage. Bolt after bolt, sheer irresistible energy, is hurled into the street below, miraculously missing the panic-stricken pedestrians that desperately flee for cover. I think this might have been a Jack Kirby's idea, because he used to make like really wacky idea, like he had like all these like metaphysical ideas. Jack Kirby did, so I think this story was done by like Jack Kirby's main idea, I think, because I know he used to like do stories about like gods and that, so he's obsessed with like gods. So having no knowledge, no understanding of the human race, the lone alien feels that anything the creatures below him are carrying might be weapons. And so with no more effort than the wink of an eye, he causes packages, parcels, handbags, hats, everything he sees to rise into the air, out of reach of the thunderstruck humans below. And as the crowd continues to flee in mad confusion, one lone girl finds herself hopelessly trapped in the melee.
What happened? Why is everybody running? Oh, if only I could see.
It's the blind Alicia, who had been on her way to the FF headquarters to visit the one she loves. But in their fear and mindless panic, none take notice of the helpless, unseeing girl.
Tell me, somebody, please, what's happened? Oh, Ben, my darling, where are you? I need you, Ben, I need you.
Finally, the frail girl loses her balance, falling to the pavement, and mercifully, consciousness leaves her as she falls into a faint, with the last words leaving her lips.
Ben, my dearest, where are you, Ben?
But while the world below seems to be going mad, one pair of eyes still scans the heavens. No other thought in his mind save the wonder of what he's about to see.
That small speck to the east, growing larger every second. It's the ship, it has to be. They're coming this way, right towards the source of my radio signal. I got to attract their attention.
I mustn't fail now, not while they're so close.
Here, over here. How they see me. A hatch is opening. Within seconds I'll know, have I saved the Earth or doomed it?
Meanwhile, his rage still at fever pitch, thinking he's protecting himself from a planet full of enemies, the bewildered alien continues his astonishing attack. Touched by the awesome rays which he generates, the clouds above turn semi-solid, drifting to the ground, halting traffic, causing confusion and pandemonium. And then one thing Reed Richards had feared come to pass. His attention is caught by the bright sun which is no longer hidden beneath the concealing clouds. No human can know what is going on in the strange creature's mind, but he gestures towards the heavenly body as he gathers his strength, preparing to hurl his awesome rays towards the life-giving blazing sun. But before the ray can burst forth, the ray which would have doomed the entire solar system and every living creature within it, another strange figure appears.
Stop! You must do no more. You must come with me.
At that second, everything the incredible alien had done becomes undone, and the trapped trio find themselves free again, as their pliable prison dissolves into nothingness.
Wake up, you two! We're free again! We can breathe! Let's go!
Flame on!
Minutes later, the fabulous Fantasticar swoops over the steel-reeling city.
The streak's almost deserted. Something must have... Look! A girl below. It looks like... It's Alicia. But she's in danger, Ben. That car, driverless, out of control. The owner must have fled in panic and left the engine running. It's heading straight towards her.
Johnny, take over the throttle. Give it all you got. Sue, you steer. Head straight for her. We gotta beat that car.
Editor's note: due to its highly sophisticated control system, the fantastic car can be maneuvered by any of its 4 riders in any of its 4 separate sections.
Dude, don't let up, Johnny. Faster, faster. Steady, Sue. Right on target. I gotta reach out. Gotta get her.
Ben, my prayers were answered.
Don't talk, baby. Don't move. Just let me hold you. You're safe now, here? You're safe.
Alicia, dear, what happened? Why are all the streets empty? How? It was dreadful. Those stampeding crowds, the fear, the confusion. Something unearthly must have terrified them.
I almost lost you. Gulp. I almost lost you.
Look, atop our building. It's some sort of gigantic spaceship. Ben, Johnny, Reed is in there, alone. He may be in danger.
It's what he deserves for deserting us, not helping Alicia.
Knock it off, Ben. You know he don't mean it. Hey, what's going on?
He's just standing there, looking at something.
Reed, it's Sue. Are you all right?
Yes, dear. Everything is all right. Now, I took the biggest gamble of my life, and it worked. I felt that if you were just an alien infant, he might have strayed from his parents, and if they knew where he was, they'd come for him. Had I delayed another few seconds, he would have tampered with the sun, obliterating our entire solar system. Seeing evidence of the child's power, I knew he must belong to a race so advanced that they could use the power of thought to accomplish whatever they desire. To them, we must be like primitive savages.
But you contacted them. How'd you know they'd be peaceful? They might have just polished us off for some kicks.
That was the gamble, old friend. I always thought that evil and ignorance go hand in hand. With knowledge comes love, respect for others. I gambled it so it would be so with them. He was just a frightened, lost child. But he's going home now where he belongs. Somewhere out there, among the stars.
Ah, cut it before I start bawling, you big ham-bone.
Anytime any of us gets too vain, too conceited because of our own power, let's remember the infant terrible, the innocent waif from space. I guess waif means like toddler, which might have unwittingly destroyed us all. And let us remember that the fabulous Fantastic Four will return again next month for another book-length thriller in the inimitable style which sets the pace for the Marvel Age of comics. So, that's the end of that comic. So, I think he might be the most powerful character he's definitely the most so far he's faced. I don't know, he might be more powerful than Galactus is, this guy, Infant Terrible. Because, I mean, yeah, it says he's more powerful than Molecule Man. So he might be the most powerful character, even more powerful than Galactus. Maybe, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.